I see the need for a great reset.
So people assume we are just going back to the good old world which we had and everything will be normal again. This is, let's say, fiction. It will not happen.
It's going to get worse and worse and worse.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
These four gentlemen say the same thing. They must have that crystal ball.
There'll be another pandemic. We know that. We know there's a nuclear, chemical, biological, and now cyber threat. And we know, each one of those has terrible possibilities.
There's some who argue that the next war will not be a nuclear war, or it may perhaps not even bioterrorism. It will be a cyber war.
That's a third area, and I personally think there's only the three, but that's not much comfort. Yes, a modern society depends on electricity and communications and information flow, and if you can, for a substantial period of time, disrupt that, then a lot of systems, including how a hospital organizes itself or how food gets moved around, or an airline decides what to do, or bank accounts, what was that bank account supposed to be?
You have also big risks which we have alerted to in our risk report, like a cyber attack and, of course, the whole issue of global warming.
We've seen how cyber threats, including ransomware attacks, increasingly are able to cause damage and disruption in the real world. I can't guarantee this, and you're as informed as I am, but I think it's more likely we're going to end up
predictive programming. If you don't know what that means,
a real shooting
this
war
is exactly it.
With a major power. It's going to be as a consequence of a cyber breach of great consequence. And it's increasing exponentially, the capabilities.
And this great reset, touted by psychopaths like Klaus Schwab at the World Economic Forum, is fundamentally about changing global finance to create a single world currency that will be digital. There will be no cash. It means every transaction is trackable. So what they want to do is want to crash the world economy. The global structure would be a world government dictating to every community in the world, not least through technology. And so what they've been doing in this COVID era is getting governments to utterly bankrupt themselves. You're homeless, you're hungry, we haven't got the money for that, we can't do anything about that, we got no money. COVID, how much do you bloody want? Money's been unbelievable amounts of money. I read an article, I was staggered, I had to read it twice, that was saying that 80% of the dollars in circulation have been put into circulation in the last 2 bloody years. These countries are now utterly bankrupt. But they've done something else. They have put so much fake money created out of nothing into circulation that inflation is going through the roof, and it's not really come through yet to the extent that it's going to. And inflation is a long-winded way of saying the prices are going to go up of everything. Also, they have systematically broken down the supply chain. I've seen interviews with people working at container ports, places where goods are moved through, who've said we've been told to hold on to things, slow everything down. Why would they do that? Because the supply chain delay malaise add to the inflation because the scarcity drives the price up. So everything is going up. So decisions have been made by American corporations and corporations in Europe and around the world. China over the decades has become the dominant source of production for so much. So you've handed China control of the world economy. You've certainly handed China control of the supply chain, because if that stops, then what are you going to do? Are looking at a situation where they have held the economy under the waterline, and it's going to become more and more and more open. And they want to wind it up to the point where there is total global economic chaos. That's what they want. Because this cult, they want to be able to come forward, this is in their own document, as the saviors. The world is in this terrible state. You're in this economic turmoil and desperation and deprivation. What we're going to do is we're going to forgive all the debt that you have. But in return, we want all of your assets. We want your home. We want everything. And this is the Klaus Schwab line. You will own nothing.
And you will be happy.